Hey, this Ukraine war is going fantastic. The West is tightening of Russia's sanctions is a sign of failure. That's from May 21st, 2023. The West tightening of Russian sanctions is a sign of failure. The Kremlin is putting up stiffer economic resistance than the G7 anticipated. Yeah, so we're just used to bullying the world, and we can't do it anymore because Russia joined with China, joined with Saudi Arabia, joined with South Africa, joined with Brazil, joined with India. It's over. It's over for America's hegemony.
Do you remember I was just watching this like a few days ago, but when they were like, we're going to target Putin's oligarchs.
Yeah.
And then so the oligarchs can't participate in the neoliberal global system. So they've been forced to build stuff in Russia because what are they going to do with their money? Because they can't play in the other markets. So it's unbelievable how much
Russia.
We've made it better for them with sanctions.
Yes. They're doing better than before the war. Sanctions on Russia may not be working. We now know why.
How did you not know before when we knew?
India took even more Russian. Get this, Kurt. India took even more Russian oil last month, crowding out Saudis. What? I thought, wait a minute. I thought we had economic sanctions on Russian oil. How could that be? India's imports of cheap Russian oil set another record in May, with the OPEC producer wresting more market share from Saudi Arabia. The Southern Asian nation took 1.96 million barrels a day from Russia last month, 15% more than the previous high in April. Shipments from Saudi Arabia slipped to the lowest level since February 2021. Figures from the here, if you know how to read that, I'm not good at reading those. The average cost of Russian crude, including freight costs landing on Indian shores in April, was $68.21 a barrel, the lowest level since the nation started buying major volumes from Moscow after its invasion of Ukraine. So India is going full speed with Russian oil. The average cost of Saudi Arabian crude sent to India last April was $86.96 a barrel, while Iraqi oil was $77.70. That's a nice number.
Also, keep in mind.
So that's much cheaper. Russia's undercutting Saudi Arabia by $20.
And we're still buying their oil, by the way. We're just paying way more for it.
Yes. So the Russian oil exports to India have set a new record in May. At the same time, India became the main supplier of oil and energy to Europe.
So Europe's just paying extra to have it go through India.
So that's exactly, so they blew up the Nord Stream pipeline, but now they have to send it to India, and then India sends it to Europe.
So Europe's aware of that too, by the way.
Well, the people in control are aware of it. I don't know if the regular Joe is.
No, I mean those governments.
Yeah, like, of course, they all know.
Is that why Macron's like, hey, NATO's not so cool?
Yes, Macron's started to turn. People are starting to turn against
this country's on fire. You can't get. Oh my God.
The people in charge of the NATO and the West are such morons. They are what they made you think Trump was. Trump never did anything half as stupid as this Russian war. Nobody did.
Well, you know what the big idea was with this? Because so you had Vietnam, and that had a draft. It was very unpopular.
Yeah, got rid of the draft.
Yeah, so we're not going to do that, just volunteers. So then came Iraq, and people did volunteer. A lot of people came back kind of messed up.
That's right.
And they're like, okay, it's kind of hard to sell this after 20 years. How about this? Somebody else fights a war for us, but you have to get just as hyped up.
That's right.
As if, so that's a big screw up, because since now nobody has anyone really fighting in that war here, it's a tough sell with beyond a few people to hype that up. How are you supposed to care about it?
Yeah, because nobody, right.
Only on a very surface level, if you're, I don't know, trying to get somewhere in Hollywood, would you even bother to pretend to care? Like, only on this show would I even be here complaining about it. All my friends, I'm like, you see this here? They're like, what? They care less than Iraq, which was like,
I know,
scary how much people didn't care after the 20-year mark or Afghanistan.
Yeah.
So this was the new test, was we can make the same money from the war to get all these things without even costing
yeah, so it's
people it's the wisdom of Solomon.
It's a proxy war.
Yeah.
That's how you get someone else to do the fighting for you.
Yeah, then we get our old weapon system to gather dust. I got this from the CIA guy, that guy with the big hair, Bustamante. Mm-hmm. Okay, we get to test them out in a proxy war for when our war we got to have with China that's coming up.
Got to have
We get a lot out of this.
Hey, everybody, only $10 to go see my new stand-up special, COVID Lies Are Funny, at jimmydore.com. And come see us do a live show. We're going to be in Cohoes, New York, Hartford, Connecticut, Bakersfield, California, Baltimore, San Francisco, Huntington Beach, Rosemont, and Chicago, Las Vegas, Salt Lake City, and more. We're going to be in New York, Stamford, Connecticut, Pottstown, Pennsylvania, San Diego, everywhere. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for all our tickets.